Over the last few weeks, I've been putting supermarkets head to head to find out which is the best for Pokemon cards. In today's final, Tesco take on Sainsbury's and we will crown the ultimate supermarket for Pokemon cards. It is final day, ladies and gentlemen, and it's the last chance for the supermarkets to do something good. We've had quite the journey to get to this point. Semi-finals were a little deflating. Any predictions from me? Not really. I think I more likely expect Sainsbury's to win because Sainsbury's have been more consistent. There's a lot of talk at the moment about supply chain issues here in the UK, and that really doesn't surprise me if that's true, because I can see that with my own two eyes, So, if that's getting worse, it could end up being another dud of a video if that is the case. But once again, I'm up first thing in the morning. The sun is still orange and very bright, so hopefully I beat all the crowds, and if they have done any late night restocking, hopefully I beat all of the scalpers. But the scalpers probably work for the stores at this point, let's be honest. Final day. Let's have some magic, let's have some Pokemon cards, let's, for the first time, have a battle on our hands. That's what I want, that'd be great. Welcome along, for the final time, to which UK supermarket is the very best for Pokemon cards. By the end of today, we'll be able to answer that question. Okay, so we are here at one of the Sainsbury's. This is our first stop today. This is the Sainsbury's where, in its first appearance, we got 2 mini tins. In its second appearance, there was nothing but those Iron Leaves deck boxes, which are of no interest to me because you know what you're going to get, and that kind of defeats the whole point of this show. So, today, mini tins would be nice, Pokeball tins would be nice, blister packs would be nice. That's what we're hoping for. Some sort of collection box or something amazing, that'd be great. We'll see what they've got. I don't know with this one, because one time it was a good result, one time it wasn't, so who knows. And we're off into the first Sainsbury's, straight to the toy section, and already we have some mini tins for £10 each. What a start for Sainsbury's. Okay, so job done at supermarket number 1. Picked up a Shrouded Fable mini tin. This was £10, which means it's about £5 a pack, which isn't a good price, but it's about standard for a supermarket. I only got one because I'm being optimistic. There's going to be other things to get in other supermarkets. So we currently sit at 1-0 to Sainsbury's. Let's see if Tesco can bring them a game. As it's the grand final, thought I'd sing a few of the favourites this week. Love I lost, feeling your frustration. Any minute now, pain will start. Just hold me close inside your arms tonight. Don't be so hard on my emotions. So, we're here at our first Tesco of the day. This is a real chance for Tesco to change things around, change its reputation in this competition. It's got here based on a couple of lucky games. That's not true. It beat Waitrose fair and square, but did only just go through on penalties against Morrison's. So yeah, a bit of work to do today, but because it is inconsistent, anything could happen, and that's the exciting thing. So. And Tesco's first chance now, and straight to the stationery section because and unfortunately we have some empty shelves. Well, not empty, they've got Pokemon, just not the Pokemon that we want. Disappointing start from Tesco there. Said it was a bit of a wild card, this store. We didn't know whether it was a good place for it or not. They have price tags for Pokemon cards, but no Pokemon cards, which seems to be a recurring pattern among supermarkets. Something to bear in mind. We'll move on to the next Sainsbury's now. This is the Sainsbury's that has been consistent. We've got something from this Sainsbury's every episode that Sainsbury's has appeared. Let's hope that run doesn't end. I'll see you there. Love works in mysterious ways. Hit every red light today. Gone without a trace. I refuse to give up. I refuse to give in. You're my everything. I don't wanna give up. I don't wanna give in. No, no. We're here at the location of the most consistent store of the entire competition. I'm hoping that it doesn't lose that title today. Sainsbury's are already 1-0 up. This is an opportunity for them to be 2-0 up before we even open any packs. So, yeah, I have a good feeling about this place. I've got Pokeball tins here every time so far. Let's see how it goes. Always entering this Sainsbury's with high expectations. Straight down to the toy section, and there is a lot to choose from. We've got some blister packs here. Always good to see blister packs. We've also got some tins. There's Walking Wake. We've got Pokeball tins, and we've got mini tins and deck boxes too. Lots to choose from. I am really pleased with this Sainsbury's performance. That's 3 goals in 3 games. Those are good stats, really good stats, especially for a supermarket when it comes to Pokemon cards. Managed to get this Walking Wake tin. If you've been watching every episode of this, you will know that I am collecting Paradox Pokemon. Walking Wake is an ancient Paradox Pokemon, so I thought that would be good. There's at least a promo card there for me. It was £19 for this tin. That's 4 packs, so that's about £4.75 per pack, plus a promo card, so actually it's slightly less per pack. That's quite good. I mean, it's not amazing, but by supermarket standards. Last time I got a tin was the Iron Leaves one from Tesco, and that was £22, which makes it over a £5 per pack. But this is under a £5 per pack. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with Sainsbury's performance in this whole competition. Really, they've clearly been the standout side. So let's just see if they can get it over the line. I'm going to go to one more Tesco, and if Tesco can have something, they might have a match on their hands. But at the moment, it's 2-0 to Sainsbury's in the final. Uptown girl, you know I can't afford to buy her pearls. But maybe someday when my ship comes in, she'll understand what kind of guy I've been, and then I'll win. So, here we are. There's a little creature down there. I'm not sure if it was like a rat or a kitten. Can't see it now. Here we are. Tesco's final chance to make some sort of an impact on this competition. If there's nothing in here, then Sainsbury's have won the entire tournament. It's up to Tesco to stop Sainsbury's just basically easing their way through this tournament. Do I think they can do it? This is the Tesco where I was rescued by the Iron Leaves tin. So maybe. Let's go and find out. Final stop. Final chance. Here we go. Come on, Tesco. Into the stationery section, and once again, we have nothing. Maybe they were affected by these current supply chain issues. Maybe they were affected by the influence of the entertainer and Pokemon's anti-Christian values. Or maybe they're just not on top of their shit. And for that reason, the very best supermarket for Pokemon cards in the UK in 2025 is Sainsbury's. I didn't think I'd get to the final and for us still to have no match. You know? I thought at least by the final both teams would be scoring. But apparently not. And it's been a funny journey because on the one hand, it's been a really difficult it's been difficult to make interesting content about shops that don't have the things that you're talking about. But on the other hand, it's been a really rewarding process for me because of all of you and the interaction and the comments and the conversations that we're having and the sort of community, the UK Pokemon collecting community, which I guess we're few and far between. But are we? Because they're completely out of stock all the time. Maybe we just hide in the shadows, and maybe it's time that we stand up and say, hey, we're here, Pokemon Company International. Can you start supplying this market with the product, please? Because we want it. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we start making some noise now. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. On the Pokemon card side, it's been really not fun. It's a squirrel. On the Pokemon side, it's been really not fun. It has been fun. It's always fun when I do get Pokemon cards. On the YouTube side of things, it's been very rewarding. It's been a nice experience for me. So, yeah, a mixed journey. I think the one thing it does is it highlights that supermarkets are probably one of the worst places to get your Pokemon cards. And that's the message. I said it in episode 1. Support your local stores. Support your local comic book store. Support your local game shop. The supermarkets, they're not the one. They're not the one. Sainsbury's, you got a little belt. An imaginary little belt. You are the 2025 champion. We'll find out by how much when I get back and open all these packs. And then we'll talk a little bit about what's to come on the channel, because just because this tournament has ended doesn't mean that the channel is ending. There is way more that I want to explore regarding Pokemon cards in the UK. So let's get this stuff back and get it open, and then we'll crack on with the next chapter. So there we have it. Victory to Sainsbury's. I think we all saw it coming from their first outing, but it's good to be able to put a label on it. Sainsbury's are the very best supermarket for Pokemon cards in the UK in 2025. That's a fact. It's also a fact that you're probably better off getting your Pokemon cards from somewhere else anyway. But if I'm going to be doing my weekly shop and I want to pick up some Pokemon cards, Sainsbury's is the place I will go over the others. We got another Shrouded Fable mini tin. We've seen these pretty much every week that we've had Sainsbury's involved. 2 packs of Shrouded Fable. There we go. Then we got the Walking Wake tin. We are assuming there's going to be some Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces in here, because they're the sort of paradoxy sets. We've got this lovely Walking Wake promo. There we go. And we've got Twilight Masquerade, Temporal Forces, and Obsidian Flame. So let's get them all open and see by what margin Sainsbury's have won the tournament.
Okay, so once again, Shrouded Fable up first. Here is the code card for you, and the energy for me. This time we have Electric. So, into the pack. Rowlet, Fracture, that's a cool art. Persian, that's also a cool art. Dusclops, Genesect, Hypno, Crobat, a Reverse Hollow Furfrou, Reverse Hollow Weavile, and another bloody Zoroark. Twilight Masquerade next. We have a code card for you. There you go, enjoy. And an energy for me. That's Grass, Palossand, Timber, Spinarak, Hisuian Growlithe, Iron Bundle, Lucian, Darmanitan, a Reverse Hollow Eevee, Reverse Hollow Finizen, and a Frostlass. Okay, Obsidian Flame time. So here's the code card. That's obviously for you, whoever you are that uses the code cards. And the energy for me, it's a psychic. We've got Dratini, lovely art on that one. Oddish, Swablu, Glimmet, bullbag, Flamigo, Bellybolt, Trevenant, Reverse Holo Bronzong, Reverse Holo Steenie, and Scovillain. Temporal Forces now. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. That's better. So, code card for you. Energy for me. This one is Psychic. Again. Totodile. Dealing. P-Dove. Pineco. Delcatty. Explorer's Guidance. Iron Hands. Grubbin, Reverse Holo. Buddy Poffin, Reverse Holo. Always wanted one of those. And Dunsparce. Shrouded Fable. One more time. Here we go. Code card for you. And energy for me, it's Grass. We've got Houndour, Zorua, Beware, Sneasel, Galvantula. I always think that one's discoloured because I'm used to seeing an electric. Malamar, Genesect, Reverse Holo Power Glass, and a full art Fracture. Cresselia was somebody's... No, that's Tesco. Full art Fracture. Look at that. That looks so nice. So serene. And the final pack, for the last time of the series, ladies and gentlemen, here is your bloody code card. And my energy. And it's going to be electric. Again, lots of repeat energies today. Gerda, Venipede, Aron, Sandshrew, Mightyana, Revroom, Florges, Gorgeous Florges, Reverse Holo Teal Mask Ogerpon, a Reverse Holo Clefable, and Hearth Flame Mask Ogerpon EX. Took some reading, that one.
There we have it. On final day, the final match was a 4-0 win to Sainsbury's. 4-0 in a final is kind of embarrassing, Tesco. I would not be proud of that. The hits, we got 2. We got this, is it Hearth Flame Mask Ogerpon. I will admit, when I first saw it, I thought it might have been some sort of terrestrialized shiny Gyarados, just for a split second. But there's Ogerpon. From the pack that started it all in this competition, our final full art card of the SuperMarket head-to-head is from Shrouded Fable, Fracture. And that is a really lovely card. It looks very serene and nice and peaceful. I'd like to be there with Fracture. That looks lovely. Video isn't over yet though, because I was feeling a little bit low the other day and my lovely wife presented me with a Xerneas tin when I got home from work, and I said to her, let's save that for a video, that would be really nice. And then I thought, actually, let's open it together on a video. So please everybody welcome, for the first time, Mrs. PokeMark. That's your name now. This is my wife.
Hi.
She does exist, so didn't make her up. So, Pokemon tin, where did you get it?
Well, I got it from WH Smith. I had a little bit of a journey. I went to our local proprietor, but he was in a lovely place that day. We went to another independent proprietor who told me... Proprietor. I don't know what it is.
That's
the
correct word, but it sounds like you're in the Old West in 1881 or something. Do you know what I mean?
Ye olde Pokemon shop. Yeah, I went to another shop, and they told me that there's a supply issue with cards, and that it would be a struggle to find in like single Pokemon card packs, and suggested that I go and look in WH Smith.
And that's kind of fitting, because now that the SuperMarket head-to-head is over, my next challenge is the High Street head-to-head. So WH Smith will be a competitor. So That's quite a nice little segue.
Okay.
Thank you. I thought we'd open this together then.
Okay.
Have you opened a pack of Pokemon cards before?
Oh, no. I don't think I've ever had the honour.
No?
No.
Okay, well this is Xerneas EX. That's a legendary Pokemon from the 6th generation. There's 4 packs in here. We've got Surging Sparks, Stellar Crown, and Temporal Forces. So let's do 2 each. We can have a Surging Sparks each, so do you want to pick?
Oh, this one.
Okay. So we've got a terrestrialized Alolan Executor on there, and I've got, is that Duraludon or Arcaludon or whichever one that is? And then you can have Stellar Crown.
I think so.
That's a terrestrialized Galvantula on there. And I'll have Temporal Forces with Iron Crown. Stellar Crown without Iron Crown, and Temporal Forces with Iron Crown. So, should I go first, show you how it's done?
Yeah.
And then you can go. Yeah. And you've got to show them the code card in case they use it. And then you take the back card and put it to the front. And then you get your energy. So do you want to guess the energy? Do you remember the energies?
I remember a few of them.
Go on then, shout.
I'm going to go with the safe one, which is fire.
Fire, okay.
No.
It was steel today. So let's see what we've got. So that's Spheal.
I'm going to get rid of that.
I know. Capsicid. Larvesta. Delmise. I actually just recognise the Pokemon a lot of the time. I'm not actually reading the name. Azumarill. That is Gravity Mountain. Yeah. See, that was reading backwards because that's not a
What's
Pokemon.
that?
Executor. This is a reverse hollow Tandemaus. Sorry, I'm covering your lovely face. A reverse hollow Fuecoco. And then we've got Iron Crown, which I personally need for my Paradox Pokemon collection. So that's
Hey, so that's
great.
a win. So I'm going to go with the
Stellar Crown. So you go for the seam at the back.
Let's see the back.
Maybe closer. Nice. And then you put the back card at the front, and then we guess the energy. Shall I guess this time? I'm gonna go with dark. It is dark.
That was.
Yes. So that's poor me. Do you want me to?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say that's a blob, which you can't see without my glasses.
Poor me.
Yeah, call me.
We've got Fletchling, Marill, I can't remember what that thing's called. It is Gossifleur, one of the endless flower Pokemon from recent generations. Togedemaru. I always get dyslexic about that one. That's Jirachi. Legendary Pokemon from Gen 3.
Sounds like me.
Is that so you can see it?
Yeah. No, really.
Here you've got a glass trumpet.
Look at this.
It's like if you do a really dangerous fart. You got a reverse hollow Nimble. Give it a little white wiggle so we can see the shine.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice. Then you've got a reverse hollow Charcadet. Give that a little wiggle. And then the final card of the pack. Oh, nice. We have got a Hydrapple EX. Give that a little wiggle. Nice. I'll go next.
Yep.
Temporal Forces. Code card for you. Energy for me. What's this one going to be? Yeah! Nice! Okay, so we've got Wiglet, Meltan, Seedot, Totodile, new starter, Zeraora, it's a cool Pokemon, Iron Valiant, Paradox, that could be for my collection. We've got Sharpedo, Reverse Hollow, Bramble, what's it called? Bramblin, a Reverse Hollow Mightyena, and finally, oh, Wug Trio EX. I actually got this card before, which is cool. So maybe I will give this one away. If you want Wug Trio EX, drop me a message on my Instagram, which is at PokeMark UK, and I'll send it to you. First person, first come, first serve. There we go. Last pack.
Last pack.
Over to you. Nice. And I'm gonna guess electric. Oh, grass again. We were 1-1 on that.
Yeah.
Good little. Snorlax. There's Primeape. Another classic. Rufflet. Trapinch. Oh, we've got Miraidon. That's Paradox, so that's good. Drayton. He's a bloke.
He is.
Not a Pokemon.
No.
Wo-Chien. A Reverse Hollow Dalmise, give it a little wiggle. Yeah, nice. A Reverse Hollow Lady. Drasna. Give her a little wiggle.
A mate as well in the pack.
Yeah. And then finally, we've got Cofagrigus.
I remember Cofagrigus because I remember looking at him being like, wow.
And that just about wraps this series up, so thank you everyone that has watched. Thank you very much for joining me for the last moment. I appreciate it. I know it's not your thing. High Streets, I'm coming for you next, so make sure you've got some stock. Supermarkets, you've got a couple of months of off season, and then I'm coming back and I expect some better performances. And the rest of you, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, all of the good stuff, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.